Islam. Hooked up. Peace. I hope all is well with everyone. All is well over here. Man, been a long week, man. Weekend went by fast. My weekend is coming to an end right now. I gotta go back to work tomorrow. What's going on, family? Give people time to check in. Tag a couple people. This camera. It's already going.
Oh. Peace, love, blessings, everybody. Hello. How are you? Hope your weekend is going well. Okay. So we're going to be talking about rhythm, huh?
Yeah, talking about rhythm. I see you, Jay. Jay watching.
Hey, Jay. That's my sister.
Jay will learn that candle work.
Yeah, I got her on there. I got that candle work for you, girl. I'm gonna get you. You get your one-on-one. You get your one-on-one with me. So.
What up?
Nothing.
We'll talk about rhythm.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I'm just coming in, guys. I threw everything off. I'm just coming right on, straight on in.
I don't know, man. It's been like crazy for everybody. Like people timing has been off. My timing has been feeling like it's been off. And it's like the synchronicity. You got to get the synchronicity on point. So I don't know. It's like you got to catch that rhythm. I don't know. You got to get in that zone. You know what I'm saying? Rhythm is very important. Rhythm is played out through all and every aspect of our lives. People don't, we neglect rhythm. Now, rhythm is one of the 7 hermetic or universal laws that, that govern our universe and governs the world. And if you know anything about law governs all events. Nothing happens by chance. There's no such thing as a coincidence. Everything is governed by law in some way, shape, or form. That's how it's going to be. I see people checking in. That's what's up, man. I got to get some people in here before I really jump in, man. Yeah, man. I'm trying to get my rhythm, man. I fell off. Like, yo, when my rhythm off, my body will let me know. You know what I'm saying? I be dropping things, man. I get clumsy. Can't think straight. You know what I'm saying? It's like jump rope, man. Like double dutch, man. You got to jump in there at the right time.
We women know about rhythm because our bodies go through a rhythm every 28 days. So, we know about our rhythms like that. Also, if the men are connected to us, they know, because he'll tell me, hey, isn't it time? So it's a rhythm. It's a wave. We all ride them. We ride waves.
Right, it's a wave. So, like I say, when it comes to rhythm, most of us only think of music, sounds, which is vibration, another universal law.
Right.
We think of dancing, even playing sports. You know what I'm saying? You got to get in the rhythm to perform to your best ability. But we totally neglect the fact that everything that deals with movement deals with rhythm. If you're going to deal with rhythm, you also got to accept the universal law of polarity or duality that comes with that too, because rhythm manifests through 2 polar opposites or 2 poles.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, think about it from the aspect of a couple that's dancing on the dance floor. Those are 2 different poles, 2 different perspectives. But look at the dance, the synchronicity. It's a rhythm between them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Sex is a rhythm.
Right, it's a rhythm. Sex and dancing are metaphors for each other. With Shiva and Shakti, the way that the mythology, the story goes, it talks about the dance that they have, which ain't nothing but love making. Because it's a rhythm, it's a flow of energy. It's an intertwining of energy back and forth is being shared. What you laughing at?
Charmaine. Shout out to Charmaine. She says, I feel you. I'm sick and shit. Been on toddy and sassafras since Thursday. Rhythm. See, even that'll even the rhythm of a cold will make you sick. So it would throw you completely off.
Yeah, to throw you off. Like I say, you gotta keep that train on track.
Yeah, right.
It's
Absolutely.
real easy to get thrown off rhythm. And you know, like living in an unnatural time cycles like we living in right now, that society has duped us into, it throws us off because think about it. A lot of us work in crazy shifts at night when naturally that's when we should be resting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of us should rise and get up out of the bed in the morning when the sun rises. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of us might get up at the crack of A, if you know what I mean. Because I didn't want to say the bad word, but the crack of A. You know what I'm saying? Like our whole natural time cycles are thrown off, and then it throws off the biorhythm of what's going on within us too. And we wonder why we don't get enough rest.
Right. And
You know what I'm
spiritual.
saying?
See, he's talking and looking at me because I don't sleep at night.
Right, because when you don't get no rest, then that's when illnesses and disease could take place and manifest in your mind that leads to physical things. So you gotta be careful with that. But some people might ask, you know, what is the law of rhythm? And the law of rhythm, you know, it pretty much is simple. Like what flows out must flow back in.
Everything has a
What
rhythm.
goes around comes around. What goes up must go down.
Everything.
That's universal law.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything is magnetic.
Right. The pendulum swings this way to the left, it eventually swings this way to the right. You know what I'm saying? The duty of a master or a self-mastery is to actually understand the highs and the lows that are going to come in your life. This is something that none of us can escape. There's going to be times where you're going to have an abundance of money. There's going to be times where your money seems to flow slow. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be times of peace. There's going to be times of war. Can't have one without the other. Can't know one without the other.
Right. You have to have the balance. That's what balance is. That's what balance is. Balance is always about up and down. Everything deals with Maya. Deals with balance. Everything. The laws of Maya.
Right. What goes around comes around. So, I know, like, if you really pay attention to it, you'll see that things play out in your life in cycles. Play out in your life in cycles. And there's so many cycles within your life, call it life cycles or whatever. Oh, you can even think about reincarnation to that point. But thinking about things playing off in your life in cycles, there's going to be times where you might go through financial hardship as a child. And then, you know, as life goes on, you come into success and you're financially well off. You know what I'm saying? Where you might start off financially well off, and as life go on, you know what I'm saying, you might end up on what's the word I want to use?
Well, you're not that well off.
Not that well
I
off.
mean, really,
you know what I'm
if you
saying?
really want to put it that way, you're struggling later on.
Right.
You know, it's about the balance.
Right, but it's an ebb and flow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's an ebb and flow. Wop, 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 wop. What goes around comes around. It's like somebody throwing a punch. Now, what you should do, you should deflect or block. But they got to expect that it's a counterpunch coming. And that's what the universe does to us. Because the universe is a giant mirror. You know what I'm saying? What we throw out is what comes back. That's that rhythm between the poles of you and the universe. So we got to be careful about what you throw out, because if you swinging real hard, guess what? The swing is going to come hard back.
Also
And-
with the spirituality too.
Right, and I
You're
want to
dealing
talk
with
about that
right?
because we want to talk about divine justice.
Right.
For anybody out there that's trying to, like, for negative reasons, just send negative energy towards somebody, and it's not done in the name of divine justice, understand it will come back.
Or it'll just sit there with you.
You're going to deal with that.
You're gonna
Because
deal
remember, what you throw out has to come back. That's why we always trying to promote throwing out positive energy and positive vibes, because you need that to come back into your life. You know what I'm saying? But if you're throwing out negativity all the time, you got to expect that to come back. You know what I'm saying? It's just like two men in a confrontation. You know what I'm saying? A man can't keep throwing insults at a man and expect the man not to retaliate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or even get to the point where you get physical. That's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So rhythm, like I say, you think about the dance. And the dance is symbolic in so many ways, not just like from an outer physical aspect, but that dance is going on within you. Because you're breathing, which ends with the inhaling and exhaling of air and breath.
Right.
You think about the rhythm of your heartbeat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What else? The
Brain-
pulse.
Pulse,
pulse.
which is also the heartbeat,
Right.
And the blood flow.
Right.
But also brain waves have rhythm.
Right.
Brain waves
Right.
have rhythm.
Right.
Even when a woman is in contraction, that's a rhythm. If you look on your paper, if you're in a hospital and they have you on a monitor, that's a rhythm. Also, it looks just like a heart rate. And babies come into the world with a rhythm.
Oh yeah, that's an aspect of rhythm too. Like going from birth to growth to death to rebirth. From spring to summer to fall to winter. Back to the rebirth of spring. That's all rhythm. It's all rhythm. Everything deals with rhythm. This is something that a lot of people don't think about, or a lot of people neglect, and you got to understand the importance that it plays on your life from the time when you get up out of the bed to the time you get back into bed to go to sleep throughout your 24-hour day period. Rhythm has a very significant, important aspect on your life. Go ahead.
Also, guys, have you ever heard like a buzzing, a humming, or because the sound that comes to me is like a ooh, that's what I hear in my ear. That's when you know that spirits are around you. They make sounds. They make sounds when they come. They come with their own rhythm. So if you hear a vibrating noise, sometimes it sounds like a bee or something flying by you. That's them. They also bring rhythm. Spirits bring rhythm.
Wow, and it's funny because you could also bring the spirit by the rhythm of
I was going to say that.
playing the drum.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Different drum patterns, are, like, especially for those who are initiated or familiar with Ifa, you will be familiar with the aspect of different drum rhythms for different Orisha.
Right.
Every Orisha have its own drum pattern and have its own dance. Back to that rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Even when you call on upon the Orisha, or what people who might not be familiar with the religion will call prayer. You know what I'm saying?
Meditation.
Or meditation. Right. Meditation is a form of rhythm because
you're
dealing with breathing.
You breathe.
Right.
Also, the sound of Om
That's
is
right.
a vibration. That's your
right.
rhythm too.
That's right. That's right. So, rhythm is so important. Like, and this is what I'm saying. Like, I have to make sure I start off my week with good rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Because if not, then my day can go crazy, and by the end of the week, man, it just seems like chaos and everything's just spinning out of control.
Which is why some people, when they wake up, before they do anything, they have to get themselves together. Some people literally meditate before they get up and do things, but some people actually meditate before they go to bed. Meditation is the best time for you. No one can tell you how to do it. There's multiple ways of how you're going to do it. There's multiple ways of doing yoga. There's multiple ways of prayer. Everything has a different way of how you're going to do it. And again, you got to find your own rhythm, because time, even though they say time is an illusion, it's still a rhythm to time. So you have to find your best, right? You have to find your own niche. Like what he has on there, those, you can use those as counting, meditation or chants.
Right.
You understand? Counting is a rhythm.
Right. The way you speak in patterns, poetry, emceeing, being an oracle, that is a very part of African spirituality. You know what I'm saying? The passing on the traditions. You know what I'm saying? Because you add the law of vibration in with that too.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So with that law of vibration, with the law of polarity and the law of rhythm, those three of the universal laws that pretty much govern everything right there that you're using together.
Mm-hmm. Anybody do candle work? Your fire has rhythm. And that's why it goes back and forth, and your spirits coincide with that fire. That's how you also know when your spirits are what they're doing, what their activity is through the vibration of your fire, the dance of your fire. Absolutely, whether it's big or small, or whether it's moving or standing still, because fire can actually stand still. And you will be able to tell from the rhythm of the fire what your spirits are doing at that point in time.
Real talk. Especially for those who are fire signs.
Absolutely.
It's very important that you do work using fire. You know what I mean? When you think about the orbit of the planet, or the planets around the sun,
Right.
that's also in a rhythm too. You think about the creation and the destruction of planets, that also goes with rhythm also.
Yeah.
You understand?
Rhythms sometimes have limitations, and this is why the body has it has an expiration date. So do planets, so do stars. Everything have an expiration date. Jay made a point. She said, even in a womb, babies hear sound and feel vibrations. That's why you're supposed to read and sing to your fetus. Once upon birth, that's how they recognize their mother's voice. Fathers too. Fathers too. They know their dad's voices too. So you are absolutely correct. Yeah. And it's also a vibration. You understand?
Right.
Babies in the womb hears mom's heartbeat. So that's why the first thing they do is lay the baby on the mom's chest. It's familiar. You took them out of what was familiar to them. They're hearing new sounds. You lay them on their mom's chest, and they're okay. Then they start to biorhythm. Then they start to get used to the smell of mom, which also comes in different waves and stuff. Your body has different waves of vibration when it comes to stuff like that too. Smells.
Wow. Well, rhythm is very important. You gotta. What they say? What was that song? By what's the group? Oh man, I'm bugging, man. I'm kind of tired. Had the song called Backstroke. Fatback Band, right? Looking for the good stuff.
That's those.
What you got? You got to tighten up on your backstroke. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta like that rhythm, like. Yeah, that's funny, Fatback Band, right?
Yeah.
Nah, but you gotta have that rhythm, man. If you can't dance, then that mean you out of sync.
I thought you was gonna say something else.
Yeah, I was about to. I caught that at the last minute, man. I almost dropped the F-bomb.
I'm sorry, y'all.
But but like it's the same movement. It's about movement. Anything dealing with movement, deal with rhythm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Think about Ali. Ali
Yeah.
used to dance around the ring, but it was like you say, he float like a butterfly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You dance around the ring. You think about Bruce Lee, man. Them guys, they had a biorhythm about them, man. But also, like, because we know that, we know about energy, and we know about chakras and vortexes around us. Like we live in an energetic universe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like our world is surrounded by energies coming and going. And if you think about it like this, you know what I'm saying? That's a rhythm to that. But it also is a turning of a vortex, you know what I'm saying, or opening.
This is another the internet. This is another reason why everybody is off, because you guys, I give you guys that cosmic calendar, and the cosmic calendar, there is a rhythm going our planets. So our planets have a rhythm going on. So what we're doing is we're actually kind of like dancing to the beat of their rhythm. That's why we're being affected here. Are you tired? Because we're going through, we're part of a whole, we're part of a whole brand new eon here. The age of Aquarius is here. So now we have to get used to that whole new atmosphere, that whole new energy with that. It's not just a sign. It is an actual rhythm that comes with that energy, everything, all of that.
That's right. Chanting use rhythm, Jay. That's right. Chanting.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know, just conversations that I was hearing today, like, man, about this whole thing with everybody's saying we on the edge of war.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? But this is nothing new to humanity, because there's never been a time where there has never just been peace without being war. You can't know one without knowing the other. You know what I'm saying? And you think about World War I that led to the stock market crash and the Great Depression, and then all that leading us into World War II.
Right.
We started building back up, right?
Absolutely.
Same thing plays in your life. Like I say, especially like me working in the airline industry, where after 9/11, it seemed like things went downhill. You know what I'm saying? As far as like people were just spooked out about 9/11. Nobody wanted to fly. You know what I'm saying? Like the money in the airlines, it seemed like everything, the whole airline industry was going to sink. You know what I'm saying? And it was hard. You know what I'm saying? Financially, the internet bugging, y'all. If we go in and out, the internet bugging. But There's highs and lows with everything. So, like, even... All right, there we go.
There we go.
We had to get it
Sorry,
straight.
guys, we had some technical difficulties.
Yeah, I had my internet off. My bad. Yo, but back what I was saying, like we talking about highs and lows of vibrations and frequencies, right? When you think about rhythm, also you got to think about the faculties of the mind, or the faculties of because I can't speak about mind without speaking about emotions because they go hand in hand. So you think about the rhythm of emotions and thoughts that we go through on a 24-hour day.
Right.
When you wake up in a good mood, you know what I'm saying? By midday, you might be in a sour mood. And then too, you might end up in a all right mood after that. Then you might be in a good mood by the time you come home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the duty of the adept who is trying to attain self-mastery.
Right.
He should be able to, or one should, now I want to just say one should be able to place themselves outside or above negative thoughts or negative emotions. That way the effect of the swing of positive, negative emotions, the pendulum swing of that won't affect you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that higher self, like we talked about, or that what we say last week. We was talking about how you step outside and you're watching yourself.
Right. Right.
You know, from a conscious aspect, from that higher self, where you sit back and watch. You always want to be aware. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be caught in the swing of things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh man, another song just came. Mint Condition. You send me swinging. You know what I'm saying? It deals with rhythm.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. But love is rhythm. Love is
Right.
rhythm. You have good days, you have bad days with your partner because we're dealing with human nature. And Charmaine actually says something about California burning for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Fire has rhythm.
Right.
But the beautiful thing about that weather, because, you know, that's a whole nother show, how the fires got started. We've been talking about this for a minute, me and him. We
Right.
don't know how they got started. But the beautiful thing about fire is it purge the land.
It's a
and
cleansing process.
It's a cleansing process, and it will rebirth. It's going to be okay. Unfortunately, people's homes are right there in the way, and you know these things keep happening. But Mother Nature's going to keep on going through her purges in certain places. She's going to do different things to clean stuff up.
Right.
Like I said, it doesn't matter how these things get started.
Right.
The point of the matter is it started.
Right.
Once she takes over, it's a wrap. She's going to do what she got to do.
process.
She's going to do a cleansing process her way. It doesn't matter how it starts.
Right. Right. Even having a bowel movement is a form of rhythm.
It daggone sure is, because your body, because you're eating and you're drinking. Your body goes through a process. You have to eliminate what you don't use. It's a rhythm.
Right. What you say?
Okay, Charmaine said, I am retraining myself because I am not used to working around so many people. It's a process, but I overstand. Okay, see, Charmaine, what you got to understand is, or overstand, is when you're dealing with, you have your own rhythm. Now you're moving into a place where other people have their own rhythm. So, you know, it's different music playing in the room. Okay?
Yeah.
Not exactly dancing, right? Different,
right.
Okay, so
different
different
frequencies
instruments,
and vibrations, right?
So you got different things going on. It doesn't matter what they're doing; it's how you're reacting to it. It never matters what anybody else is doing.
Right, right.
It's always what you're doing and how you're reacting to what they're doing and what they're saying. That's the whole control.
The thing is, like, you master your circumference, and it might sound arrogant what I'm about to say, but like, if somebody gonna come like if I'm in your situation, right? I'm gonna play the role of the sun, and everybody else is gonna revolve around me.
I said that in our
You know what I'm
last
saying?
broadcast.
I'm not gonna revolve around nobody else. I mean, that might sound arrogant, but you gotta understand that the only thing I'm really concerned with is mastering my own circumference.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So when you gotta think about it. When somebody gonna come into your realm or come into your field or your aura, this and this and that, you make them abide by your rules. It's like somebody being a guest or a visitor in your house.
Home. That's
you know what I'm
right.
saying? Even though you be cordial and you be respectful, but it's up to them to be respectful and cordial because they're in your home and
They're
in
in
your
your
house.
home.
You know what I'm saying? So when somebody come in that 15-foot radius of you, you know what I'm saying, 360 degrees around, 90 degrees, you know, at the four angles or whatever, you know, you make them bow down like Beyonce say, you know what I mean?
Right.
Respect that. But at the same time, you ain't got to be disrespectful. And that's what's going on because you picking up on so many frequencies of vibrations. And
She said, yeah, because I was like, why I keep going through the same stuff with people, but I realized it's the same test that I have to master. Absolutely, because it's not them, it's you.
Right.
So, and all right, and I'm guilty too. First thing I say is I can't deal with feminine energy. Seriously. And I'm gonna explain what I mean. I love my sisters, I do, but I love most people from a distance. Because I know how I am and I know how my rhythm is. So I had to learn how to coexist with other people. Dealing with energies that's similar to yours can be a little hard. Because it's similar, but there's so many things that are different at the same time. So what you have to do is, just like I said, control you. If they say something you do not like to you, if it's not personal, so what? Whatever. That's your opinion. I leave out of here at blah, blah, blah o'clock. I really don't care what y'all doing right here because I don't live with you. I don't have to sit down and eat with you at the table. I don't have to sleep with you. We ain't doing all that fancy stuff. You understand?
Right.
When the lights go out and the doors are closed. So I really don't care. But how you treat me personally is what's going to affect how I deal with you. So that's how you're going to have to deal with that. Understand how you're going to feel and how you're going to deal with stuff personally. Because that's all you're in charge of. You're only in charge of that. You understand? But you also can enhance the mood or enhance the environment with your aura.
It's called mental. Oh man, what's the word, man? You can. That's alchemy. That's mental alchemy right there. Changing the environment using your thought. You could change the frequency and the vibration of the room. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to remember, for every action there's a reaction.
Absolutely.
And there's always an opposite and equal reaction to what we do. Right. So there's plenty of times like I could walk in the room and change the vibration of that room.
Right. And he can. He can, because I can tell when he's agitated.
I could change it. I could change it. She witnessed me do it. She didn't witness me on the job walk in and change the whole conversation of the room. Not even speaking a word, just off the presence. Because
it's about your rhythm. It's about your personal rhythm and how you're going to, you're going to decide before you go in there exactly how it's going to be.
Right. When you walk in with confidence, you know what I'm saying? It's a certain rhythm to walking in with confidence. Not arrogance, but confidence.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Other than walking in, looking defeated, looking sluggish. It's a rhythm to that, but it's a low vibratory rhythm to that. You know what I'm saying? Just speaking words and rhythms, like sometimes I get animated and you know what I'm saying? It's coming in rhythm.
I'm a little bit more laid back when it comes to conversation and stuff. So I'm the one that's a little bit more laid back, unless I'm around people that I know, and then I'm the animated one, and he, I don't know. Our rhythms are like that. We ebb and flow like that. If I'm really excited about something, he's calm.
Right.
And when he's really excited, I'm the calm one. Because we both can't be exploding together, because that's just too much stuff going on. If we're both doing a whole bunch of stuff, it's just too much. So we have learned to each other's rhythm. I can tell when I need to be the calm one, and vice versa.
Right, it has to be a balance.
It has to be a balance.
You know what I'm saying? But behind every good time, there are bad times. Behind every bad times, there are good times.
If you do not know what something bad is, like for instance, people, we always talk about the ex, right? We talk about the exes. Oh my gosh, they were horrible. They did this to me. They did that to me. But train yourself to understand, okay, everything you did not like, do not have that present itself to you again. So that's a rhythm you want to leave. We have a habit of leaving the party and taking the music with us. You have got to stop taking that same rhythm with you everywhere you go. So what you're going to do is you're going to move on into your new environment with a whole new song and a whole new dance.
Right.
Okay? And that way you are in charge of what you're doing.
And every dance don't fit every song.
That's the truth.
You know what I'm saying? My grandfather, what's the statement he made? You can't dance to every record. Because when your favorite song come on, you're going to be too tired to dance. You know what I'm saying? So in other words, what I'm saying is that be careful not to put your energy into things that really don't concern you. Only put your energy into what concerns you. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the energy thing, because, you know, it's an exchange. You don't want to give too much and get too little back. Nilani, keep it moving. Peace. Go ahead.
Go ahead, go play
Go
with
ahead.
your toys.
Because I want you to hit this table.
My baby's playing with a toy.
I want you to hit the table. Yeah, but man, it's about rhythm, man. So just know that, like, for every hard time, a good time is always gonna follow. It's just how it goes. It's an ebb and flow to everything.
She said
And
in
candle
candle
work.
work, meaning a flickering flame versus a still flame, going by rhythm. What does that mean? Now, a still flame could mean a few things. Like, for instance, maybe the spirit you called is not moving because they don't have divine justice, or you did not offer them something they needed, or maybe you're asking them to do something they ain't got no business doing. Maybe
Right.
it's something you don't need to put energy into. So this is why you really need to have some type of protocol to how you doing your
Or
spiritual.
divine before you do everything.
Divine before you did. That's
Because
what I
there's
meant.
certain ways that things have to go. Like certain rituals have to go certain kind of ways.
Because-
you can't go from A to Z and skip
Absolutely.
everything in the middle when it comes to spirituality.
Because guess
You know
what?
what I'm saying?
Somebody may have offended you, but your punishment may not fit their crime. Sometimes you just gotta let stuff go. Or guess what? There are some. Let me tell y'all something personal. Seriously, there are some people I wanted to smash in candle work and do some serious rituals with. Did divinations, and guess what? I had to light a candle to piece that person out when I wanted to chop their head off. Straight business. So you know, it wasn't permitted for me to go and take their head off. You understand? Like if a little kid do something that offends you, you can't go and punch them in their face.
Nah, man.
You probably can't even spank him. Just, you know, give him a little, hey, you shouldn't have did that, or you shouldn't have said that. Go sit down somewhere. And that's better than, you know, tearing the child's behind up. And it's the same thing if somebody offends you. Also, when your candle is, when your fire is actually flickering, it depends. Because sometimes your flame can be huge. This
Right.
might present a problem.
The size of the flame does present a matter, you know, on the activity of the flame. Or
Absolutely.
sometimes you might have more than one flame in there.
Sometimes you have more than one. That's you know what, we're going to do a show on that one. We're going to do a nice little conversation on how to deal with that too.
Right.
Because there's so many aspects. People think you just go ahead, you do what you do, you light a candle, you go on about your business. It's not how it works.
Right. Nah, it's a science to it.
It's a science to it.
It's a
Because
science
you
to
literally have to watch the rhythm of that flame every time, every day. I don't care if it's multiple times you walk past
Right.
it, pay attention to that
Right,
rhythm.
because the flame represents the spirit.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It really does. It really does. The spirit that you calling the flame represents that spirit.
Yeah.
So yeah, rhythm, very important. You got to catch that rhythm. You got to get in rhythm. Some people get in the rhythm, man, and they can ride it out. And that's the thing about the tide or the surfer. You know what I'm saying? Riding the wave. You ride the wave as long as you could. You understand? Because eventually the wave comes ashore, and the closer it comes ashore,
Right.
it's going to go down. You know what I'm saying? So the best thing is to ride that rhythm as best as you can.
Right.
As long as you can and as far as you can. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? There's always another wave that's going to come behind it. You catch that one and ride that one too.
Right.
There's highs and lows with everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, what goes up must come down. You know what I'm saying?
This is why in a tarot card, when you pull up the Two of Pentacles,
Right.
that's going to tell you about the ebb and flow of your money. If you ever get a reading and that card comes up, it's going to talk about how your money, how you hold your money, or how you give it out.
Right.
That's
Right.
the ebb and flow of your money.
Right. Ebb and flow. And I'm glad you said that because, like, and that's the thing about money. We call money currency or current. You know what I'm saying? And like with money, you make money to spend money to receive money. You know what I'm saying? We give money to receive money only to give money again. There's a rhythm with all that. What you say, Jay?
She said she had an aromatherapy candle flickering, and next to it another candle burning for my mom, and it was still. The weird thing is that they were close to each other, and they were close in proximity. Now, she said she was wondering why they were burning differently, because they have two different reasons of why they're burning. First of all, who did you call for your mom to help her? And also, what was it used for? You know, we got to understand what the candle was used for. Could have been used for anything. A scented candle depends on whatever scent it was. It also was doing what it had to do too. Say like if you had lavender, do you need to calm your atmosphere down? Sandalwood do things like wake up the spirituality within your home. You know, when you're trying to give things to your spirits, you burn sandalwood. You burn things like that, frankincense and myrrh. Don't just clean out the house. Sages don't just clean out your house of negative energy. It also calls certain spirits to you. So it depends on what those candles were and what colors you were using and all of this other stuff, because that scented candle might have been telling you that what's going on with that candle might have been what you should have been using. Color, scent, anything. It should have been something that you were using. Maybe that's what it was. And the spirits reacted to that one instead. Right.
That's why we always divine, because it's a certain kind of way things might have to go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't know everything from looking at it from this perspective, but spirit world or spirit knows things that we can see and that we can't see.
Right.
Hands down.
Right. And also, how do you know that those spirits were trying to tell you you're helping somebody, but have you helped yourself?
Right.
You understand? Just like I said to y'all in the earlier conversation, that when you get on an airplane, the first thing they tell you is to put air on yourself, and then you take care of the person next to you, because if you cannot take care of yourself and you're the caretaker or you're the one in charge of taking care of somebody else, then guess what? You're going to be no good to somebody else. So you have to make sure that you are there to make sure that the other person is good. So what do you need to do for you? Because if you're protecting somebody, how do you know you're not taking protection away from yourself to give it to somebody else? Now you left yourself open. So this is why these things need to be read on. Okay, you have to get readings, or you have to try to find some type of way of divining on these things.
Right. Yeah, you gotta get the rhythm. It plays a role in the rise and fall of empires and kingdoms and civilizations.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? We look, for those who are familiar with like historical African civilizations and things, you know, we had a lot of them that all had their peak and they all had fall and crumble. Mm-hmm. You understand? Not just African civilization, that's all.
That's all civilization.
You know what I'm saying? No civilization or put it like this.
No empire.
No empire or kingdom is going to be on top forever.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it's the ebb and flow of time, and times change. And guess what? It is time for something new. And what we're into is kind of like a chicken coming out of an egg. They're not an embryo inside. They're not a little yolk in there anymore. They're an actual chicken. They got to come out the shell. Butterflies and cocoons, all of that stuff. It is time for us to burst out of where we're at. And what they're trying to hold us in is too small for what we're growing into. So we have got to come out of it.
Right. We measure time by cycles.
Mm-hmm. And so
you know what I'm saying? We measure time by cycles, and that's what's going on. We don't measure it by that fake illusion of numbers and digits on a clock.
Right.
Nah, we measure time by cycles. You know, and by cycles and ages. You know what I mean? And what's going on? Because a lot of people panicking, especially with this presidency right here. A lot of people are freaking out. Oh, this is the end. This is the end. This is the end. And I can understand that, because if you understand anything about civilizations of the past, you know, when they start small and they end up hitting their apex, and then they start to decline.
Yeah.
And the decline, you start seeing things like uprisings.
Right.
You start seeing things like natural disasters. You start seeing chaos. You start seeing murders within the
rebellion,
the parliaments and things like that, rebellion and all that. You see a lot of that going on, and that's guaranteed to happen at the end of any cycle or the end of civilization. The cycle of any civilization is what I meant to say. You know what I'm saying? So right now, if you look at the news, it ain't hard to tell with natural disasters, with what's going on within the government, what's going on with people, what's going on within the home, what's going on within ourselves as individuals. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of chaos going on. But what it's going to do, because remember, we didn't went into a new paradigm. You know what I'm saying? And anybody with that old way of thinking I'm sorry, you just not gonna make it.
We have said this repeatedly in many of our conversations live.
It's a wrap. We in a new paradigm with that old way of doing things and thinking. Nah, you gotta leave that back.
You have got to leave it. And we're entering the actual Earth is entering brand new vortexes. So we're moving into a whole. Everybody's talking about the shift. That's what it is. We are entering a whole nother vortex.
And guess what? It's gonna be a shift after that. This ain't the only time the Aquarian age has come around or gonna come around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. You're right.
That's all based off of movement, and movement is based on rhythm.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So movement is action. You know what I'm saying? If you want change, you gotta apply action. You know what I'm saying? What the Bible say? Faith. Faith. Some about faith can't do it alone, but you need action, man. Some about it, but you gotta apply action.
Right.
It's one thing to have faith, but you got to put the work, you got to put the deeds, you got to put the action, you got to hit the ground behind it. You know what I'm saying? We can sit up here and think and talk about what we want to do, but until you start physically acting on it, it don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to get that. It's like a bop bop. Remember, it's
faith without works.
Faith without works is dead.
Thank you.
Thank you. Faith without works is dead.
Thank you, Sierra. Thank you.
Yeah, faith without works is dead. So you know what I'm saying? Remember, I'm talking about those two poles or those two polarities. You know what I'm saying? With your thought being spirit and the physical being your action of what you do with it. You know what I'm saying? So we got rhythm going in between.
So you understand when she put those words up there and I read it and it brought to mind how, you see how we're all marching and that worked that one time? And I'm not knocking it because that's our history. But I am concerned about it because we're doing something that worked before. We're going to have to come up with something else because that's not working for us now. So we have to come up with a whole nother rhythm of how we're going to do this because this is not going to work for us. We want change, but we have got to stop being afraid of it at the same time.
Right.
And that's also in your personal life. You want something different, you have to change it.
Right.
You have to change it.
Yeah, you see, you can also be a slave to the rhythm too.
Oh yeah. So,
you know what I'm saying?
Grace Jones.
Yeah. You could be a slave to a certain frequency or vibration of rhythm. You understand? You could be locked into a redundant
pattern,
a murky, slow vibratory.
Some people like it.
Yeah, some people like it. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's no like I explain to people.
Responsibility.
It does, and I explain to people all the time. It's so much harder to do the right thing. And I'm gonna tell you why. If you want to just be whoever you are or do the wrong thing, absolutely, it takes more effort to get up every day, change the thought process, change the way you walk, the way you speak, the way you present yourself, the way you behave, the way you act in certain situations. It is so hard because it's a minute by minute process of how you're going to present yourself.
Right.
Even with your own self, because we fight ourselves. There's a rhythm with us with higher and lower, so we're fighting that. So, you know, but if you just want to get up and just be, you just get up and do whatever. There's no thought process to that. You just do whatever comes next. I don't even want to say what comes natural. When you're just going to do whatever comes next. It's so spontaneous. It's like whatever, and there's no thought process to how this is going to turn out. You just do it, and wherever the chips lay, wherever they fall is where they lay.
That's right.
So, it takes a whole lot of effort and time to calculate how you're going to do what you're going to do every day. So as a community, as all of us as a community, we're going to have to figure out how we're going to maneuver around what's going on, because guess what? It's going to eventually fade away. This is not going to stay here forever. But we are going to have to come up with a different type of rhythm of how we're going to deal with all this stuff.
That's right. You got to get in when you fit in with rhythm, man. You know what I'm saying? Highs and lows. That's all I got to say. You're going to play the high roll, you're going to play the low roll. No matter what, majority of the time, you're going to end up playing both at some point. You know what I'm saying? Double dutch, you got to jump in. You got to ride it. Because when you think about it, when you look at the girls doing double dutch, especially with the two ropes, man, what it look like? It look like that. You seeing frequencies of vibration.
They have to get the rhythm.
Real talk.
To when they're going to get in and get the rhythm when they're going to jump back out.
Because if you jump in, you stop the rhythm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just like for those who in sexual encounters. You know what I'm saying? It's a rhythm to a sexual intercourse. You know what I'm saying?
The rhythm starts when you meet somebody before you
Right,
even
right.
take your
The rhythm
clothes off.
start, yeah, like
Absolutely.
especially when you about to get it on, man. And the rhythm is really kicking in your heart because your heart, the heartbeat speeds up. You know what I'm saying? It's a rhythm with that. You know what I'm saying? And you intertwine. You look at if you ever seen two snakes in intercourse, there's a rhythm with them. It look crazy,
It
man.
does. It does.
But that's also the Kundalini energy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The positive and negative energies within you flowing up, the masculine and feminine energies within you. When you said about the rhythm that we fighting within us too, I had thought about that, the Kundalini energy, because anything that has movement, like I say, anything dealing with movement deals with a rhythm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Kundalini goes up. To have an orgasm, Kundalini has to rise.
Absolutely.
And then at that point of orgasm, Kundalini energy comes back down. Let me say that again. To have an orgasm, during sexual intercourse, Kundalini rises up, then it comes down. You know what I'm saying? Think about the motions in the bedroom. Up and down, in and out, which is ebb and flow. Up and down, as above, so below. You know what I'm saying? Round and round. What goes around comes around.
Absolutely.
Everything is based on rhythm. And it's all about maintaining the balance, all about maintaining your rhythm. You got to keep your rhythm, because if you're off rhythm, you're not in the game. You know what I'm saying? When the athlete is out of rhythm, they get pulled out the game and put on the bench.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan, used to watch a lot of Michael Jordan games and listen to a lot of his interviews. And he said, while he was in the process of playing, he used to chew gum.
Yeah.
The rhythm of chewing gum, helped out the rhythm of his jump shot, his dribbling, jumping, and all that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's about rhythm. What was that? Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking.
I was about to say, get hit by the rope.
Yeah.
That's real talk. That's real talk. Yeah, get hit by the rope. You know what I'm saying? But that's rhythm is with everything. I'm sorry.
Even in the dead. If you go into a graveyard and you don't feel some type of vibration in there, you're the one that's
You don't
dead.
feel some type of movement, because even the deaf you moving.
That's right.
Real talk.
You're the one that's not really attuned to it. You understand? You ever hear that thing about the hairs sticking up on the back of your neck, and you feel the goosebumps? You understand? That's what all of that is. That's all about rhythm.
That's right.
And Charmaine said she see that picture of him in her head with that gum. Yeah, he chewed it. He chewed it all the time. Jordan was always chewing gum. He did.
Right.
Even when he was interviewing and talking, he had that gum in his mouth.
Right.
Baseball players chew gum.
Right. Chew gum, man, to get rhythm, man. I used to do it. I tried it. That's how I know it works. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
My kids.
Crazy.
They are crazy.
Yeah, but rhythm, man, rhythm is very, very important with everything that we do in our life and our everyday basis. You gotta find rhythm. A lot of people are out of sync. They can't synchronize because they out of rhythm.
Right.
You gotta get a rhythm.
These planetary alignments, man, I'm telling you.
Oh man, especially when they go into retrograde.
yes.
Right, let's talk about that. How retrograde could throw you, especially with that Mercury. I'm gonna tell you, we went through a lot of retrogrades
Yes, we
this
did.
year and last year.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you that Mercury in retrograde is like Venus in retrograde is crazy, but Mercury in retrograde,
It's
I've seen it get real with people, man.
'Cause they
I've seen
forget.
arguments fly like this.
They forget.
I've seen people cars break down.
Your cars, your
I've seen
computers
computers shut
phones.
down. People
Internet.
had trouble with their debit, their credit card
Yep.
issues.
Yep.
The ATM acting up. Money transactions ain't going right. You know what I'm saying? That's another one. What?
Yep, she's talking about.
Oh yeah, that retrograde, man. It throws off the rhythm that you set and locked into.
Yeah.
It would throw you off, man, when things go to retrograde, man.
Also, you guys feel
backspin.
this heavy energy because we're right in the middle of a meteor shower. We're right in the middle. Just because the sun came up and you couldn't see it does not mean they weren't still going past us and stuff like that. So, there's a lot going on up there. That's why I put it up there for you, and I give you a brief description of what you should do and how to handle it. If anybody does not think that those planets do not affect us, they're misguided. I'm dead serious, because we are connected to everything.
You know what? I saw a report earlier. It was talking about what's that? Millenniums,
Right.
millennials, whatever they call them. They were saying how like they're dealing less with religion and more with things like tarot and astrology and metaphysics and things like that. And the elders are like,
She said the Cubs were out of gum last night.
yeah, they were out, man.
She
They
said
got
Lord.
smashed.
She said, "Is this the reason why her blood pressure is high?" Yes, your heart rate. You also are probably dealing with a whole bunch of different types of stress. So what you're going to have to do is learn some type of meditation and breathing. I had put something on our page at what was that, a couple of weeks about meditation and breathing and stuff like that. You have to learn how to get your rhythm. Your heart and your lungs work together, just like your nose and your mouth.
Right.
Everything that works together. And if you're getting yourself all excited and all that stuff and your breathing accelerates, guess what? Your heart's going to beat, your blood pressure's going to go up. You really are going to have to learn how to deal with your emotions and your issues in your life. Bring them down. Don't take everything so personal, okay, sweetie? Because what you're doing is you're internalizing, okay? I already know you're internalizing a lot of stuff, and you're going to have to learn what is important and what isn't. Categorize your things, okay, sweetie? Me and you, we can talk another time, but I don't want to give you a personal reading right here in front of everybody, but you definitely are going to have to learn how to prioritize what's getting you to a place where your emotions are all over the place. Okay.
Right.
I don't want to give you a reading like that in front of everybody,
Yeah,
but me and you can talk later.
Like we said before, like when it comes to the emotions or the feelings that you have, or the reactions that you have in your body, one way to kind of counter that is to try to find the thought that is triggering the emotion,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
then determine whether the thought is something real or is it something folly,
Yeah.
something fake or something false.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it's not a real thought and it's fake, then nullify it, get rid of it, because it shouldn't
He just
affect you
talked about
emotionally.
that the other day with me. We were talking, we were having a
Right.
personal conversation, and he said that he had to realize that sometimes, because we're all intuitive, but sometimes our thought process, our logical thought process, can mess up the intuition and turn it into something this big.
Right.
And it'll mess you all up. So find your niche, find your rhythm, breathe that out, because your blood pressure, as young as you are, should not be bothering you right now. You have to learn how to deal with some stress. Okay.
Right.
And let some stuff go, because guess what? Everything ain't your cross to bear. If somebody's bringing you their stuff, you can listen to them, and you're probably an empath too. Do not allow somebody to dump their stuff on you, because if you pay attention to them after that, they running free. Meanwhile, you're holding everything. Okay, yeah, see?
There you go.
And so this is what you're going to do. You are going to get your rhythm, breathe, learn how to get your thought process together. It's okay to listen to other people. I get people to listen. I listen to
Try
people
Tai
all the
Chi.
time.
Tai Chi just came to me for
Tai
you.
Chi might work
Tai
for
Chi, I've done it. Because what Tai Chi is, man, I had somebody put me onto that, and I've done it a couple of times, especially when it comes to balancing energies. You know what I'm saying? It also deals with rhythm, but it's dealing with it at a pace where it calms you. You know what I'm saying? It's not fast paced, but it's very powerful. You know what I'm saying? I love Tai Chi, man. For real.
She could.
It's real deal. I said, get into Tai Chi.
Look
You
it
know
up.
what I'm saying? Yeah, get into Tai Chi.
And get you some things that you're going to get you some candles or some incense or something that's going to calm you down. Vanilla's good for that.
Oh, do this right here. Close this nostril. Inhale with this one. Hold for 3 seconds. Close this one. Exhale. Just go back and forth like that. You know what I'm saying? That's a good way of waking up that brain too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's real deal.
sometimes you do have to zone stuff out, Charmaine. Because what you're gonna do is you're gonna let other people, but not, you don't always have to zone people out. But if they're coming to you with nonsense, yeah, you could just zone out on them. You ever see Patrick and SpongeBob, when SpongeBob's all over the place and Patrick is like slobbing and staring like, you know, sometimes you got to do that to people because they will completely drive you nuts, especially if you're not used to that erratic behavior around you.
Right.
You understand? So what it does to people who are not as excitable is it can cause them to be like a turtle in the shell, and they just want to go back inside, you know. Or you could be like him and just get crazy with them, just be like, ah, you know, and they look and be like, what the heck is going on here? Yeah, that's what he do.
I'll match your energy.
He'll match it and make them be like, okay, well, this dude is nuts. You know, so let me just be quiet and leave him alone. You know, it's okay to listen to people, but they have got to take their stuff with them. Just like if you come to my house and you spend the night, take your crap outside with you when you get ready to go home. Don't leave nothing behind. Take your stuff and clean up behind yourself and go on home.
That's the thing about that. That's the thing about that negative energy, because it's like bubble gum. It'll stick to you. Then the more you try to get out of it, the more you fight to get out of it, the more entangled you get.
Yep.
Just like a spider web.
Yep. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like a spider web. You know what I'm saying? What they say is what is chaos for the fly is what for the spider? What's the meme I put up a while back? I'm slipping today. I'm having mental slips and breakdowns today.
He asking me, I don't know.
Yeah,
because memes. Yeah. So basically, sorry, more kids getting more toys. We have a full house, y'all. Got a full house.
You got it, all right.
Full house. But basically, that's what I'm saying. Just get your personal rhythm and don't let nobody knock you off of that. I don't care if you stand on a rock or with one foot and your arms crossed. Don't let nobody knock you off of it because it's yours.
Right, stand on your square.
Stand on it. Right, stand on your square. It's
stand
yours.
Square,
you understand what I'm saying? No matter what, like, I got people talking to me. I talk to people all day long about stuff. People, this phone be going. You know what? I be in here cooking. I got a kid on the hip. I'm doing all this stuff. But you know, you got to keep your own rhythm. You can't let nothing stop you.
That's right. You gotta hold it down.
You do. You have to hold it down. Else your sanity's going to be out the window and they're going to be just fine.
Yeah, don't let somebody come in and throw you off track.
Right.
You spin out of control. And you crashed on the side.
Yeah, because you let somebody else. It's like skaters. You ever see skaters around the ring? And one person be all messed up and knock everybody down like a domino effect. Everybody's on the floor because they had a rhythm.
It's like them people that ride the bikes.
Right.
You know,
Right.
One person fall, everybody fall.
Everybody fall.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So the chain reaction.
Right.
And that's what we talk about, movement, a chain reaction.
Right.
A chain reaction, a change reaction. You know what I'm saying? For every action is a reaction.
Sorry, hold on.
You know what I'm saying? So, girl, you silly. But that's what's going on with that, man. It's rhythm, man. Don't let nobody take you out your rhythm, man. Don't let nobody take you off your square and your circumference, man. Hands down. Hands down. I'm laughing at the video. You know what I'm saying? My bad. Yep.
My kids are crazy. Yeah, so that's basically. She said, got to do a lot of cleansing, counsel. Yeah, we do. We have to do a lot of cleansings. We have to take a lot of baths. But we have the house so guarded that even when people come here to get their readings done or to come here to get things done, because, you know, we do a lot of things. We do things like we'll smoke people out. You know, Shemaine, you know about that because we have talked to you about things like that. We have people come in here and do a lot of things. The house is already guarded. Because we can't have people just coming in and dropping stuff off because we have so many different spirits and so many different things going on in here just won't agree to knock our whole rhythm off because all of our spirits individually all know how to coexist together. So something that doesn't belong here will have to stay outside and wait for the person to come back out and then they can pick it up and go. It's not going to be able to come in and cross the threshold. It's just not going to happen. So yeah, we do have to do a lot of cleansing, a lot of smoking. We're not exempt from stuff. We're not exempt from it at all. She said she loved the energy here. You know, you're welcome anytime to come on back, you know. And, you know, we try to keep a certain rhythm in the house. I don't like my home disrupted. If me and him are having something we're not agreeing about, we handle it in a personal space. We have our own little personal space where, you know, we handle our stuff and we come on back out and we live life. And everybody come here and go to sleep, Shemaine. Everybody comes here and goes to sleep. I have had my kids bring kids home. They're always here and they're always spending the night and stuff like that. It is what it is. And I'm glad that the house is that tranquil. We really fought so hard for years. I ain't gonna lie to you. We fought for years to get this house as tranquil as it is. We did. We fought really hard.
A lot of work. A lot of sacrifice. Literally.
Yeah. Literally.
Literally.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I had to spill my own blood along with the blood of other things.
Right.
Real talk. You know.
Real talk.
You know.
Real talk. It's this lifestyle is serious. It's not a game. And and we also have different types of, because some people deal with one system here. We don't deal with one system. We have a whole bunch of different altars to a whole bunch of different deities. And a lot of people will not understand. Like I had one practitioner ask me, why you got so many deities? I said, because that's the rhythm of my home. This is how they all get along. They coexist. And the ones that will not get along, we have them so separated and taken care of that they don't never really have to. Because sometimes the lady deities, the goddesses, sometimes they want attention. And we have to give them the attention. Like, you can't bring flowers in here for one. Like, we can't put flowers for Oshun, and we didn't bring them for Urzuli. She said it's like a mini vacation. You want something else? The house, we're trying to keep our house. We always try to keep the mood as peaceful like that. Even when the kids are in here and they're all over the place, it's still a peaceful atmosphere. We let our kids live. That's what it is. They don't live in a binding situation. They're allowed to play with their toys. They're allowed to do stuff, but they have to pick their stuff up. They have to clean up behind themselves. They have chores and they have rules, but we're not strict parents. We live in our house. That's why it's a different type of harmony in here.
That's right. The environment is crazy, man. We got one big vortex we're on top of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why we gotta be careful how we interact. But pretty much it's straight here. You come here, you liable to see some things that might freaking spook you out. A lot of people never came back.
But a lot of people didn't come back. My nephew came here, and he walked in with Christian beliefs and walked out with Oshun and Shango. Because he does music. My nephew literally did a song for Oshun, literally. So his whole life changed from being here for about a week. Whole life changed. So he's on a whole different page of life right now.
Yeah.
And we didn't force it. It was something that he slept in a room.
It got real hot.
He formed his own relationship with them, and before you know it, he's already attuned to it, and this is what happened. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's influential.
Right.
But you can get back on task.
Oh yeah, man. We gotta throw it off. Get back in rhythm. They laughing.
Right.
Get back in rhythm, man. Get back in rhythm. Shh. Rhythm will beat some kid up. Beat you up. Oh, girl. Oh, that's the culprit that's making
Say hi.
Hi.
Go ahead. That's all she wanted. We've been leaving her out there for weeks. She's been dying to get in here. But anyway, she'll leave us alone. Yeah, you're right. And Sierra said, hey. Go ahead, get back on task.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. So you catch the rhythm, ride it. It's like riding a bike. They say you never forget. You know what I'm saying? But you riding that bike, you get sidetracked in your mind.
Hit a rock.
You hit a rock.
You're in there, your legs.
No, I'm laughing because it happened to me when I was a kid, right?
God.
I was trying to show out, right? And I hit like
Probably
this
some
speed
little girl
bump.
out there.
I hit a speed bump. Nah, I was trying to show off some kid. I was playing football. And I had this bike, man. It was fast too, man. I hit the speed bump. I was gonna do a trick and I got sidetracked. When I came, help me please. Remember Eddie somebody help me please. You know what I'm saying? All rolling, man. Yeah, Bunny, right?
Oh God.
I know Charmaine gonna say something crazy, but
But seriously though, you got to keep your rhythm though. Keep your rhythm. Don't let anybody. Oh, and another thing, all of these current events, right? Y'all got these current events going on and this whole thing with Trump. Let me explain something to you. First, we were trying to figure out what the hell is his agenda. Why is he there, right? He's there to throw you off. See, when the Obamas got into their little office, they took their phones from them. They couldn't have any internet access. They couldn't do any of that stuff. This man has been on Twitter every minute of the day to upset you. You understand? This is negative attention is sometimes better than good attention. Mm-hmm. I need you guys to please stop letting all this Trump stuff take you over the edge. It's not that seriously. It really is not that serious. It's entertainment. He's an entertainer. This is what he does. You understand? And he's getting his reaction. I need you guys to please stop letting things in this news bother you. There are some things that go on socially in the news that we have to pay attention to, but do not let it snatch your sleep or your peace.
Right.
There's things that are going on. Those are lessons for you to learn. You understand? There are people losing sleep over this news that's going on. You have got to stop. Take that out your mind and go ahead. She said she'd be wondering if it's even him. I don't even pay attention anymore.
Whether it is or not, because there's so many things being thrown out there, man. Like, for real, at the end of the day, it's all about mastering yourself.
That's it.
Mastering your circumference, mastering your environment, and governing yourself in your home. At the end of the day, that's the only thing that really matters. When you make your transition about these physical bodies, none of this in this illusion never really mattered. The only thing that really mattered was your deeds.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Because that determines like what kind of karma you receive, good or bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, so all the ego things that come along with, I accomplished this, my title is this and this and that don't have no...
It has no merit.
It has no merit. You know what I'm saying? There's no merit to that. The only thing that's really worth something is what you did with your time while you was here.
How is your heart chakra working?
Right.
How does it work? And how does it attribute to the rest of your chakras? Like, what how are you speaking? What are you thinking? Like, how is your whole appearance? How you dealing with your survival? How you dealing with all this stuff? You understand? Because your chakras also deal with a rhythm. Because as just like the lotus flower, they open and close, open and close.
I'm glad you said it, because that's the throat chakra. You know what I'm saying? When you think about the artists and the music of today, you can tell it's more based on the lower three chakras.
Right.
Where everything that we might have heard from like early 2000s, 90s and 80s going back, everything dealt with the heart chakra to the crown chakra.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you had a whole different, even with the music, with the music that you're listening to, like between everything going from digital to everything going to digital,
right,
from analog,
from
you know what I'm
the
saying?
vinyl.
There's two different frequencies right there. And the throat chakra, you had more artists back in the day that was dealing more with the throat chakras, that was educating you through the form of music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have more artists that was dealing with the heart chakra. That's why a love song of yesterday and a love song of today has two different feels to it.
Shoot, they telling you. I mean, there were songs back then that they would just be talking about just basically having an intimate connection with somebody. Wasn't even talking about loving somebody. Just talking about a straight intimate connection. Was a whole different vibe back then.
Everything is self-gratification. So, you know, for yourself today, you know what I'm saying? Like like it's a whole different feel with the music. Like, you can listen to R&B songs of yesterday and what might be considered R&B today. Is no comparison. It's not the same. It's two different polarities. You know what I'm saying? It's night and day. And it's not a knock for what's going on today. We're just dealing with the facts of it.
Right. I mean, you know, we left Pisces and we're going into Aquarius, and it might get even a little bit even worse because Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius, so you know sometimes we take on how we would do things. We put ourselves into everything. I'm dead serious. Like, we turn everything personal. We really do. So it might take on a whole nother meaning, but hopefully we will be able to step into. Put ourselves in someone else's shoes to make it a little bit more personal so that we can understand where the other person is coming from. Because now we need to step into a place of humanitarianism, excuse me.
Right. Jay said that's why you gotta check people energy at the door. You can't afford to take on no extras. That's right. And that's how I deal with people. I deal with people off their energy.
If they cannot contribute to giving you even more energy, because if somebody is bringing energy to you, they're not supposed to be snatching yours to receive it and leave you with nothing. It's supposed to be a reciprocation of energy, and everybody's supposed to feel good.
Right.
You understand? When you're around people you love to talk to and laugh with and just be around, there's a whole different euphoria that comes from that.
But that's how it works. The one who has the strongest energy or the most influence of energy is the one who's going to be drained from. And that's a subconscious thing. Not saying that people are doing it all the time. You know, you probably heard this term that they use in the spiritual film where they talk about what's that? What they say? Energy vampires.
Oh, psychic vampires.
Psychic vampires. You
The
know what I mean?
succubus and the incubus.
The succubus and the incubus, where it's just like you be around a bunch of people that's just draining you,
Just
draining
you. You have got to be careful.
You like
with
this.
that.
I know I went through it for a minute, but I had to start wearing pieces of protection.
Right.
Spiritual balance is one way to correct that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because me and Jay talked about how to repair your aura.
Right, because when you got tearing your auras is where you're gonna have issues with your physical body too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
She says she only have enough energy to deal with her and her own stuff going. That's because your plate is full. When you learn how to, just like you ever see a waitress and they carry multiple plates. I'm telling you, eventually, but that's also within your own will. You may be able to handle yours, handle theirs, handle somebody else's. And see, like I said, I do it all the time. Now I'm carrying many plates, so it's okay. But there are times that's because I take time out for myself. I come home from work and I sit down, and yes, I do. I pull that phone out, and he gets mad at me, but I'm like, look, I need time to play my little games and do a whole bunch of nothing right now. Something mindless.
Yeah,
right
you gotta carry your own cross. You can't carry everybody else's crosses for them.
Right. So I love me time. So I take me time and I do that. So yeah. She says she tend to cut people out. Well, I'm cut off queen. I am cut off queen. You can ask my family members. They know. They be like, I ain't heard from this wench in forever. And you know what? Most of them won't. And I'm not trying to be funny because I'm guarding me. I'm guarding my peace. You understand? Just because somebody is close to you or they feel like you need to be around them, don't mean you got to be around them. That's not how it works. You understand? If somebody feels that you owe them your time, you better pick and choose who that person is. You have children? You owe them your time. I have a spouse. I owe him my time. Anybody outside of that, I pick and choose who I feel like dealing with at any point, at any time. I have family members that when they call me, it don't matter what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm on it.
Right.
I pick up that phone. It don't matter what I'm doing. And then there's sometimes that phone will ring, and I'll be looking at them like, don't you give me that daggone phone, because I need some me time. You understand? And I will take my me time. And Jay said something about her moon being in Aries. Absolutely. But see, Aries people, they will deal with what they need to deal with and keep it moving. And come back to it and keep it moving and come back to it. You know what I'm saying? They'll take bits and pieces. Whereas me, I'm a little bit different. I'll take it all at once, deal with it, and then I'll move on to something else. He'll be like, I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that. I'll deal with that in a minute.
Pass around.
So that does have a lot to do with it.
Well,
gotta guard your energy.
Gotta guard your energy. Protect yourself at all times. It's like being in a boxing ring. Protect yourself at all times. Mm-hmm. Energy-wise.
Yeah, she says she's selective. You have to. And you can spot energy vampires. Anybody that want to sit around and cry all day. See, if somebody come to you with a problem for your solutions, they don't want to be helped. They just want to be heard. They need a diary. Write it down. I'm dead serious. I'll be like, don't bring that to me all the time. If you got a problem for every solution,
service animal,
right? They need a bird or something so they can talk to the bird all day. Get a plant something. Right. Ooh. Seriously though. But when you find somebody that always, because there are people, they need to talk. Believe me, there are people who really need to vent and talk. But they have to understand, once you have vented that, through the process of venting, because you do need to sometimes just let somebody just blow off their steam. So what you do is you let them blow off their steam, but the person themselves have to have the process of, okay, guess what? While venting, I came up with something that can help me with this problem. I don't know why some people love to have these certain types of problems, but then again, it got something to do with their rhythm. They have, she said, not the bird. They have issues where they like having this type of rhythm around them. You understand? You ever hear the violin? Don't nobody want to hear that all day. I don't. Sometimes, I listen to jazz sometimes to cool down. Then, I get in my car, I will put Jay-Z on. I promise you that. I promise you, I will switch it up on you in a heartbeat because my mood will change. Mm-hmm. I can't have the same slow, sorry violin playing all the time. I don't understand how people can live in depression. That is a bad, slow, vibrational rhythm. Get out of it. Get out of it. Real talk.
Mm-hmm. And get locked in that.
And you can get locked in it because it's addictive. Woe is me is addictive. Yes, woe is me is addictive. That's why they do say misery loves company.
Right.
And it's the truth. So woe is me is addictive. Sometimes it feels so good to feel so bad. Mm-hmm. And you got to come out of it.
Some people in love with being a victim. Mm-hmm. Some people in love with the dysfunctional household or the dysfunctional relationship or marriage.
Or
it's not the individual. Right. They're in love with the situation or the feeling, right? Or with the kids. It's right. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But when you're in that situation or that state of mind, state is being placed, it's in a state where you don't deal with responsibility.
That too.
You know what I'm saying? When you're dealing with your higher self or dealing with governing yourself, you're dealing with responsibility, taking charge of what's going to happen, taking responsibility for what's going on with your life. It's real easy to sit up and blame something or somebody all the time. Mm-hmm. Now, there are powers that be, and there are things that can hinder your path.
Absolutely.
The walk on your path. Right. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, you know that these things are going to come. That's what life is. You know what I'm saying? It's those defining moments that define your character.
Yeah, she said she have to check herself and ask, now, what did you do to contribute to the situation? Okay, see, I love that. And I'm going to explain to you that. Take, for instance, a relationship, right? You're in a relationship, and you two are just going at it. Oh, he's cheating on me. Oh, she ain't acting right. And all of this stuff is just going on. We contribute to these behaviors. Don't get me wrong. Ladies, I'm not blaming you if your man go out there and cheat. You know, that's a whole different show. And that's not because believe me, that is something that people choose to do on their own. We're not gonna blame somebody else. That's their choice. That's something that they want to do. So we're not even gonna sit here and blame that. What I'm saying is, like ladies, you ever go through your man's phone? Go through your man's phone, right? And you breaking your neck to go through this man's phone to find something, right? But you're gonna argue with him. But this is the thing. If you are going to go through that, go through his pockets, go through his wallet, go through all this stuff, be prepared to leave. Don't do this just because you just feel like arguing with him. It's not going to stop the process. It's not going to stop anything he's doing. Men do it too. Men are doing it now too.
Arguing is an exchange of energy.
Yeah.
It's a rhythm with arguing.
Yeah, it's a rhythm with arguing. So now the men are doing it. Men are going through the women's phones. Oh, she was talking to some dude and he was inboxing her, but you didn't go anywhere. You're not leaving. You're not leaving. If you're going to go through all of that effort and the person is not going to stop, why bother? You're putting yourself through so much. Now either you're just going to let the person be themselves and cheat, or you're going to get up out of there. Because if they're not willing to change for you, just leave it alone. The rhythm is off. Your rhythm is off in this relationship. I learned that from my last relationship, and I get along with him very well. We have kids together, and we're friends. But we were not good in a relationship because, you know, he wanted to, you know, be with other people. I'm not accepting of that. So I had to get out of that rhythm. It was something that I didn't want to do anymore. So I had to get out of it.
It's a
You
swing.
understand? It is. I had to
It's a
come out
swing
of
of
it.
emotions that are to put you through. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time, it's a swing between negative emotions.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
negative words is going back and
Oh,
forth.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I say something to hurt you. You got to say something 2 times harmful to hurt me.
Right.
Now I got to say something 3 times harmful to hurt you.
Now the rhythm is
And
on.
back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Now the rhythm is strong.
Oh, the
You know
rhythm
what
is
I'm
strong, but
saying?
I'm talking about the positive
Yeah,
rhythm
the
is
fight-
way
yeah,
off
it is.
because
It's
how do you
thrown out.
come back from that?
Nah, it's thrown out, man.
How
out
do
of
you
sync,
come back
man.
from that? And now you guys are you threw your rhythm off in your home, and everybody in the house can feel it.
Right, now you're in the corner licking your wounds.
Now the kids can tell.
You loud.
Everybody's going through some stuff. You know, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on, and you know, you done threw the whole positive energy out in your house. How do you
Right.
fix it? Yep, and she said trust is broken. No trust, no, and then the rhythm stuff. Actually, the rhythm will, the positive rhythm will. But now you got discord, which has a rhythm of its own. You understand? That's just one element of it. Like you just have couples who their rhythm is they just argue all the time. You ever see them old couples? Like my parents were those was one of those couples. They would just go at it, go with each other. But it was like a I'm not gonna call it a friendly banter, but it was comical. That was just their relationship. They had a comical banter that they just went back and forth with each other. They thought it was funny. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you gotta watch your rhythm. Yes, she said it's broken and it's done, and it does happen that way. We have to check how we're we have to really check how we're dealing with the rhythm in our homes, the synchronicity. Because it's
we're gonna
all
talk
about
about that, too.
synchronicity. You
That's
have to
right.
have that.
We're gonna talk about synchronicity. We'll probably talk about that next week. Because if you can get some things synchronized the right way, especially when it comes to them numbers, you'll mess around and hit the lottery.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Jay.
Yeah.
Most of the older parents that been together for 30, 40, 50, 60 years, they have that funny banter that go back and forth, especially in our
Yeah, they got a
community.
funny art to their war.
They do.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially if they too old to be fighting about it.
Right, but
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but understanding war, like you say, you gotta know what battles. You gotta pick and choose your battles.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta know what fights to fight and what fights, to let go. You never fight your enemy at his strength.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You never take on your enemy at their strength. The art of war is real.
The Art of War is
You know what I'm saying? So it's a funny way to how people fight. You know what I'm saying? It's chess.
I tell everybody that. Yep, always fussing about nothing, and they love you. And you know what's funny? When my dad
It's
passed
probably
away,
become normal.
when my dad passed away, my mother went into an instant Alzheimer's state. She couldn't live without that man. As much as they act like they didn't like each other, she couldn't even live without him. She couldn't even live without him. So yeah, there is a rhythm. There's a rhythm to marriage.
That's right.
There's a rhythm to marriage.
Yup. In between those two different poles, that's how rhythm manifests.
Yeah.
Yup. So I'm gonna get ready to shut this down. I got things to do. I gotta get up in the morning. I gotta get some sleep so I can wake up and catch a good rhythm.
Right. And I'm just gonna sleep.
'Cause I'm starting my work week tomorrow, so if I start my work week on a Sunday, I need to get some sleep now so I can wake up. What you say?
I ain't saying anything. I'm just.
I'm tired, man. I gotta get some sleep, man. I'm tired.
That's
I'm
because he
up
get
here
up
fighting.
at the crack of dawn
Right.
to watch sports, to get his basketball stats. Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with us.
Where's the kids?
Peace and blessings to everybody. We love y'all energy. Thank you so much because y'all put so much into the group.
Right.
And this is not just a us group. It's a we thing. It's not our group. It's just a
Yo,
group
and that's
of
another
God
thing. We do be getting people that want to come in the group, and like we'll go through and before we put somebody in, we look at their profiles, and the thing is, we're a positive group, and we don't. It's all about because we're adults,
Right.
and you know, with adults, you can learn to disagree.
Yeah.
You can agree to disagree on things, but one thing is that like the energy and the vibration of this group and the people in this group, I love it.
Yeah.
Because it's nobody debating, nobody bickering, nobody, oh, I'm offended or I gotta try to outshine you, this and that. It's none of that going on. And we get a lot of people that want to get up in this group. That's why we had to make it close. And the thing is, like, we don't want to bring nobody in here that's going to throw off the rhythm or the harmony
Right.
of what we have going on. You know what I'm saying? We, like, before if somebody sends something, I would look over that profile, like,
Fine tooth comb.
yeah, right. I'm going through it. I'm going through it because I don't want to bring nobody that's going to come in here and bring no discord to anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To make nobody feel uncomfortable about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of us spooky about nothing. You know, we deal with some stuff up in here.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I'm
do some
saying?
real
And
stuff.
everybody, I want everybody to feel comfortable posting their measures and their degrees. You know what I'm saying? You
Absolutely.
should feel comfortable doing that.
Absolutely.
So I'm very selective about who I let in here because I don't want nobody bringing no discord up in here. That's one thing that I've seen in other groups. That's one thing that we don't want here. You know what I'm saying? We want everybody to be who they are. Speak your mind. Display your energy.
And advertise, like I said.
Advertise.
I really am so glad when I see you guys putting your businesses up there. I'm so proud of y'all for even having your own stuff like that. I mean, we don't have,
Fickies.
we have a lot of, Shemaine is crazy. We don't have, well, we don't have the perception in this community that we have our own stuff. Well, yes, we are talented people. Put your stuff up there and network. I love that. I love it. Keep
Right,
it going because
yeah.
we might need each other for something.
Yo, put it up there, man. But I just want to let y'all know, man, we definitely do be getting people to come up in here, and we definitely do go through. You know what I'm saying? Which is expected. If I was trying to get in the group, I should expect them to go through mine too.
Right.
I'm laughing at Mickey Fickies.
Mickey.
Yo, she crazy, man. you cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, man.
Girl,
You
it's
crazy, man. But
So yeah, we're gonna seal it off. And, you know, many blessings to y'all. Like I said, we really appreciate y'all, and y'all have a good night.
peace. Sleep well. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Unless you Shemaine.
Oh, trying to figure out how we got it. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Those groups are crazy, man. But we ain't doing all that
We
here.
want everybody to feel comfortable.
Everybody's
man.
gonna be comfortable.
You got some tranquility and peace here.
That's right.
Know
And
what
if
I'm
you
saying?
ain't, I'ma block you.
Right.
All right, y'all. Y'all
right.
have a beautiful night.
All right.
Thank you.
Peace.
Peace.